Hey everybody, it's Christina, and today we're going to be doing another Creepy Places in Canada video, and the province we'll be doing this time is New Brunswick, and we'll be starting in Blackville. Blackville started as a small farming and lumbering community with approximately 20 families living there in 1866. By 1898, it had become a stop on the Canadian Eastern Railway and had a population of about 600 people by then. But there's a legend around Blackville that gives it its creepy vibe. The legend of the Dungarvon Whooper. A young cook by the name of Ryan hired himself out to work in a lumber camp near the Dungarvon River. When he arrived at camp, he brought all of his worldly possessions with him. Around his waist was fastened a money belt stuffed with coins and large bills. Nobody knew where he got the money, but the young cook made no secret of the fact that there was plenty of it. Ryan was a handsome fellow, tall and strong, with ruddy cheeks and black curly hair. He was well liked and could whoop and holler better than anyone in the camp, and a strong, good shout was an accomplishment much valued among woodsmen. Every morning Ryan was the first one up, as so to prepare breakfast and fill lunch pails with bread and salt pork. Then he would let out a tremendous ear-splitting whoop to get everyone up. After breakfast, the men would go off to work, leaving young Ryan alone. It was an unlucky day for Ryan, for on this one particular morning, the camp boss decided to remain with the young cook. The boss was a stranger, but he was respected and his orders were obeyed. When the men returned in the late afternoon, they found young Ryan lying lifeless on the floor. He was dead and his money belt was gone. When asked about what happened, the boss said the young cook had taken sick and suddenly died. No one dared question him further, but the woodsmen were suspicious. Where was the money belt? That night a raging storm swept up upon the camp, making it impossible to leave, so the men had to bury the poor cook in a shallow grave in the forest. As they trudged back to camp, they stopped dead in their tracks, for above howling and all the moaning of the wind came the most dreadful whoops and screams anyone had ever heard. It continued all that night and the next day, driving the men crazy with fear. They left camp never to return. To this day, people still claim to hear the howling screams when they walk down the banks of Dungarvon in the middle of the night. Deep in New Brunswick also lays an abandoned animal park named Animaland, and it is consisted of concrete, lifelike structures that look like real animals that kids could play on. The park has now been abandoned for over 2 decades because the park owner, Winston Bronan, passed away, and his dream was to continue building cement sculptures for many people to enjoy for a really long time, but unfortunately he passed away in 1991. Capitol Theater is another place in New Brunswick that's located in Moncton that people say is haunted by a volunteer firefighter who passed away fighting a fire. Apparently, the main stage collapsed on him when the whole theater set on fire.
It was down.
Well, what the hell's up there, behind there?
They said they work here until like 1. What can there be to do here at 1? That guy, he was saying people work in the offices upstairs at 1.
What the hell is portrait? So where does that go to then? Who goes outside? Are we like level with the ground right now? Even though we feel like we're high?
I don't know. I was just thinking that too because we're level down there. We came in down there.
Oh yeah, that sounds like. I wonder if we open that if we land, it will go off.
I'm listening to your noise. The volume of the voices I'm hearing and the volume of the noise I'm hearing, it's just a bit lower. They should have heard that. They didn't hear that.
They did not hear that noise at all. They only heard it when they were playing it back.
Really?
Yeah.
Like that's there's something there for sure.
So you're saying in comparison to like their, I guess the volume of their voices.
Yeah, the voice is quite a bit louder, but
it's not to the point where they shouldn't have heard it.
they shouldn't.
When they were sitting there.
No noise at the time. As far as feedback,
Okay. So from what you can tell, you don't think it's feedback from anything that you can think of?
no, I'm not. No, I mean, you get the white noise, when the white noise.
It's said that cold spots can be felt around the theater, and sometimes you can see him sitting in his seat.